Hello! Hello everyone, welcome back to Muscle Index Fitness, and today I'm going to show you how to set up push-ups on the Bowflex. However, I will give you this slight little warning. It is kind of dangerous to do this exercise. So, unless you absolutely want to do this exercise yourself, that's up to you. I hold no responsibility to anyone getting injured on this exercise. So please build at your own risk and do at your own risk. Alright, let's go ahead and get this setup going, and then we'll also do how to perform the exercise properly, and then also along with that we'll also have other options as well, like you can do inclines with it, or incline push-ups and stuff like that. So I'll do that for the next video. I'm just twirling this around because it just seems kind of cool to twirl this around. I don't know why. It just is. It's really cool. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started, and we'll start out with 3 stretches before we get going on that, and then also almost forgot the muscle charts, and then obviously the injury charts of what could possibly happen if you do this exercise wrong, and also if you do this exercise with too much weight and stuff like that. Alright, let's get it started. Alright, first things first, get started with some stretches just so that we can loosen up my muscles a little bit. Personally, I've seen a lot of videos where they say that stretching before your exercises kind of messes up your strength and stuff like that, but as I've said before on my other previous videos, I've been in martial arts for 20 plus years, and I haven't really noticed any any kind of injuries or any kind of extra lifting weights. Just it doesn't affect me at all. So that's why I wanted to say a real quick thing about it, just to say that I've stretched for many different types of stretches, static stretches, normal stretching, and a couple of different other ways to stretch as well before I worked out, and that has never affected my workouts. Let's go ahead and get ourselves stretching. I'm going to go ahead and put this down just because it seems like it wants to go down by itself. Alright, since we're working on a chest-based exercise, it will also include your shoulders as well. What you want to do is stretch your shoulders and your chest. So I'm just going to do some simple shoulder stretches first. Okay, go ahead and move on to chest and shoulder stretch. Hold on. Alright, and then our last stretch. Go ahead and push across. Switch over to the other side. Alright, now that we've got stretches out of the way, let's go ahead and get to our setup here. Alright, so for our setup, we're going to need, obviously, to be connected to our squat area as well. And then you're going to want to grab an extra clipper or 2. It just depends on how long your arms are. This just helps the weight come off of your back just a little bit, so that way you can adjust correctly and actually be able to do this workout efficiently. And also, for me personally, my Bowflex is old and it's used up quite a bit, and it has a lot of weight. So over time, the bottom part of this has kind of not been supported over time just because of how much weight I've had on it at the 700-pound upgrade. So over time, this bottom part right here has started to bend upward. So I'm just going to put some extra weight on there real quick. Okay, next step is we need to put the push-up bar on the bench as it lays flat like so. And what you're going to want to do is try to center the bar as much as you can. And if you can't center the bar, you got to pull it up a little bit. Center it. Let it kind of rest in between right here and here to give it some extra support, just because you're going to put your body weight plus weight on there as well. And then you're going to need your little belt attachment for the Bowflex. This is normally used for leg presses and rows and stuff like that, like how you row in a boat. But you can also use this for push-ups. I recently figured this out a while ago. Okay, put your clip inside, right there, connected. And then the other one is just a hook, so you kind of have to be careful with the opposite side, just because it could slide off, or you wouldn't be able to hold very well. And that's a part of the injury charts that I'm going to show here pretty soon. And then, of course, we put on our weights. Just to make it a sufficient amount of weight, I'm going to put on 160 pounds extra, plus my body weight, which is at 226 right now. Alright, so here's the setup right there. Let's go ahead and move on to proper way to get into the push-ups on Bowflex, and then also the proper way to breathe, and also the proper way to do it as well. Alright, so for this exercise, we're going to have to be laying flat this way, and what you're going to want to do is put your feet on the very back part right here behind you, where the supporting is for the pulley system. And then what you're going to want to do is pull this up a little bit, the belt part, put your head underneath. This could take some time to do, so just so you guys know what I go through, but before I do this exercise, you kind of just have to adjust it on your back correctly, and that's going to go behind your arms like so. And then you're going to put your hands on these areas on the sides where the widest part of the push-up bar is. Center your push-up bar so that way the weight is even out. And then pull your core up, straighten out as much as you can, go straight down, and then push straight up. Again. And one more time. Okay, so proper breathing for this exercise is a little bit different just because you have a bunch of weight pushing down on you as well. So it's going to be a little bit harder to breathe properly, but when you breathe, you want to breathe in as you push up and then out as you let yourself down. So, in, out, in, out. One more time. Now, there's obviously a very big no-no about this exercise. Do not mess around on this exercise at all, because trust me, it is very easy to injure yourself and hurt yourself in many different ways, many different forms. So, no bouncing, no jumping, push-ups or anything like that. Try to keep it controlled motion at all times. Let's go ahead and get to our reps. We're gonna go ahead and just fast forward for that, so that way everybody's not bored of it. Alright, and that's push-ups on Bowflex. Just so you know, when you exit this, you're going to come straight back like I did, and then let the belt land on your feet, and then you get out just like so. If it's too hard to get out, then you obviously have too much weight, and you might need to lower the weight. Alright, let's go ahead and move on to our muscle groups work. Alright, so here we are on to the muscle groups worked. Because you are doing push-ups like you are abnormally with a machine-based added exercise, because of the balance technique and stuff that you have to do, you're actually working your legs a little bit in the front here, the quadriceps a little bit. You'll even feel it in the front of the calves right here as well, the very lower front calves. And then you're going to obviously feel it a lot in your core. That's a lot of core strength. And then your lower back as well, because that's trying to support the weight as well. And since the belt is strapped around the back, you might feel it in your latissimus dorsi as well. And then obviously for like the shoulders, you'll feel it a little bit more. The rear delts and the front delts, and then you'll feel it more in your triceps as well, and a little bit just for supporting reasons in the biceps, and then obviously in the wrists as well for support, and then the grip strength just a little bit right there. And then because, like I said, there's a lot of bouncing in this one, you'll feel it in your rotator cuffs in the front and the back of the rotator cuff as well. So the balancing stuff, that kind of works the smaller muscles as well. And then last but not least, we're working our chest. This exercise can work, this exercise mostly challenges the center chest muscle rather than the lower or upper, but you will feel it less to an extent in the lower and upper one. Just the middle one will have more on that. Let's go ahead and head over to our injury charts. Alright, so here we are to our injury charts. There are obviously a lot of injuries that can happen doing this type of exercise on a machine, but let's just go through a couple of them. Number one, I've noticed that if I don't put my foot correctly on the backboard of the Bowflex, you definitely have scrapes and injuries there, which could also, you could also accidentally break a bone or rip out the front part of your calf muscle, so you have a strained front calf muscle, or you can have various different kinds of injuries in that area, and then that will also affect these two areas in the skeletal system. Even possibly even your knees will feel some pain and stuff like that, especially if you take the very front part of it right there in the shins, and then it could also cause a shin splint and stuff like that too. Let's go ahead and move on to our next injury. I'd like to point out that in this injury chart, your your rotator cuff muscles are the most easy muscles to tear out and rip and stuff like that. So you can definitely, because of the way you have to balance your weight and the machine weight at the same time, you could accidentally rip out a rotator cuff muscle in the back or the front. It just kind of depends on how well you can do push-ups and stuff like that, how strong you are with push-ups. So I would suggest that if you do decide to do this exercise, to build up to it if you're going to. I don't suggest that you actually do the exercise, but if you want to, that is your decision. That's up to you. There are many different other injuries that can accumulate with this type of training. And a ripped rotator cuff can also feel a little bit of pain and achiness in the joints as well, and that will also kind of affect the top shoulder part of your bones as well, and you can even maybe even feel it a little bit into your spinal cord and the back, the very, very top, almost not top here, but down here in this area, you can feel some pain in there as well. Alright, last injury that I'm going to go through is obviously a pectoral tear. The pectoral tear, sorry, it's kind of hard to say fast, pectoral tear. And I mean like the entire pec can actually tear off the sternum right there, which is very bad, and it's mostly because of how much weight you're lifting altogether, and because you possibly really mess up, not just your chest but also your shoulders and your elbows and stuff like that. That's all trying to support you as well. But just that injury by itself can affect many different areas. Like you'll feel it in your shoulders, obviously. You'll feel pain in the back of your delts, and the pain might even come all the way down here to your triceps and the front of your biceps a little bit, not much, but you'll still feel some aches and pains in there. And then the same thing for your back a little bit. Your back may feel pretty sore after tearing that pec completely off. And then for your bones, they won't be injured at all, but you will feel aches and pains and kind of like when gears grind together or something in the car. You might hear a little bit of a snap, crackle, pop in your bones and stuff like that. So it's not like extreme pain, but it may feel like arthritis pain. Alright, that's all the injuries for today. Alright, hopefully everybody liked this video. For today, I would like to ask everybody to please like, comment, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. We have a lot more videos coming, brand new stuff. We're just still in the making of a lot of videos. Also, if you do decide to do this exercise, please exercise extreme caution. Have someone there with you just to make sure that you're not going to kill yourself with this exercise. Grab life by the horns, and as always, unleash your inner bull.